Okay, testing. I changed so many things. So, Jerry, tell me if it's working. Let's see. I don't even have it on right now. Let's see. Can I go to it and see?
Tell me if it's working.
It might be really crappy. Let me share this link to you. Okay. Alright, cool. I changed a lot of settings and hopefully it doesn't like kick me out or start buffering again. But I need it to work because we also have a game on Saturday. So yes, 40 minutes late, but you know, at least I'm here. I tried really hard. So let's go back to this stuff here. I don't know how to reach the settings once it's like in here. There we go. Oh, I don't know. It's fine. Let's not ruin it before. Let's not mess anything else up. Okay, so here we go. I tried to talk about it before, but we'll try again. So I bought this Call of Cthulhu box like a year ago, and it's been opened, but it's just sitting there. So I haven't really like done anything with it. But I have this, so I'm going to change the screen. This is what happened last time. I tried to change it, and everything messed up. So let me know how it's going. Keep me up to date. We're going to turn this off. It's going to... Okay. All right. So, here we go. We've got this beautiful... Oh, it's cooking. Oh, no. I have this beautiful dice jail for when my dice inevitably roll a nat 1. But yeah, oops, there you go. So I got this, and from the Alchemist Circle, they have really cool stuff. It's like portable, like you can pack it up. But here's my dice jail. We've got dice everywhere right now because I was trying to do some things. And so this is my dice bag. We'll just ignore it for now. And then I also got this from them. It's super nice. It's got like a little dragon. So it also, like, it's a dice tower. You throw it in here. It looks like the dragon's, like, spitting fire, spitting the dice out, which is cool, but, you know, we probably won't use that too much. But here's the box itself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to keep it on screen for you. I have limited space because we're moving and everything is crazy here. So I'm sorry ahead of time. Yes, I've got to tie up my dice bag. I'm also sorry the backdrop's not very pretty right now. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I got all the cool toys. This bag, look at this bag. It's huge. It's a huge bag. Also, the bottom, this is going to make all my dice go everywhere. It has this, like, tree on it. It's really nice. It's got pockets for all my dice. So now I can have more dice. I'm sure my husband is so happy. And then I have these, which I pretty much bought specifically for Call of Cthulhu, because look at him. They got like eyeballs in them, and they like move with it. It's pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna use. So here's the box. So it looks pretty nice. It's got we don't need this. I have opened it. It comes with dice, but look how plain Jane these are. So we're not gonna use this. Then it comes with this little thing, which is whatever. So the Call of Cthulhu box comes with, I'm going to move the mic closer, I'm sorry. Right, closer, but not close, not in the camera maybe. Look, we're trying a new thing here. So this box comes with 3 different books. But the first book, this one, book 1, is like a solo adventure for the DM. Or I guess you're a light keeper, is that right? Does anybody know? So I figured I gotta learn the rules anyway. I'll do it on stream so you guys can also see me struggle. And then they have another one. So this is like, I'll just show off the whole box because we may as well. So this is the one that has all the rules. I think it's like a shortened version of the rules. And then this one is the adventure you run with friends. So it's got like pictures and, you know, maps and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then there's the investigators, which is like your character sheet. I have not enough room on this desk. Which is your character sheet. So these are the investigators you're supposed to give your players for the first time. And then there's also like, obviously there's character sheets that you can use. And then they actually have the handouts printed out, which is cool. So you can just hand them this instead of like trying to either take a picture of it or whatever. And I think there's maps in here. Yeah, so here's a map with different locations and all that. But that's very specific to the adventure you run with your friends, which, you know, I don't have friends who want to play right now. I do have friends that want to play, but they are pretty busy this month. So we'll probably play in a couple months. Sorry if you can hear baby screaming. But yeah, so it does say start with book 1. So that's what we're going to... Or actually, it says read this first, which I did. But, yes, start with book 1. So here we go. So I think there's going to be some choices. So we can decide together what those choices... Like, what we should choose. And I'm going to go until I get tired of going. So maybe an hour or 2. We'll see. We can always pick this up in another stream if we decide, you know, we want to know what the end is. Okay. So, oh, this is like basic stuff. I'm not going to read you all this because I did read this before. But it's like basic... Here's what a tabletop RPG is, and here's what you should do. But look at this artwork. Like, it's very pretty. Like, this, even the style with, like, the little tentacles and stuff. I don't know. I'm a sucker for good design. I can't help it. But I did read this. I forgot I read that. Okay, so here we go. There's, like, so many things. I hope that this isn't, like, super boring. I hope you guys are like, oh, wow, this is fun. Hopefully. All right. Alone Against the Flames, a solo introductory adventure. So I guess I start here. The sun is high in the sky, a merciless ball of heat. You feel scorched by the time you reach the bus. By the time you reach the bus halt in front of Osborne's drugstore. It's a relief to put down your heavy cases and take off your hat for a moment. You fan your face. It has been a long summer here in your hometown, and yet a curiously empty one. You look across the street at the grubby butcher's shop, the grocer's, and with its faded awning, and the shabby tobacconist. Tobacconist? Is that a word? All right, learning new things. Mistrustful faces glare at you as they pass, eyeing your clothes and luggage. It was your parents' choice to live here, not yours. You were happy down south as a child, among Providence's white-walled houses and leafy churchyards. Perhaps this new job in Arkham will supply the change you need. Yet everybody you know in the world lives here. You know nobody in Arkham. Yet everybody you know in the world lives here. You know nobody in Arkham. Not one soul. Okay, weird. You ask yourself one last time if you're doing the right thing. The answer is here. None of your supposed friends have come to see you off. You are alone. Whatever challenges lie in Arkham will be a new life and a brave one. A small gray motor coach approaches and rattles to a stop. You put your hat back on and pick up your cases. And it says, go to 263. Of course. Oh my god. So there's a lot. What was it? 263. Should I be taking notes? Probably should be taking notes, huh? 263. Uh-huh. Here we go. Try not to look ahead too much, huh? All right. 263. Two young men with sullen expressions alight from the coach. One looks you up and down before heading away. The driver also steps down, glancing at you before crossing the road to visit the tobaccoist. Wow. This is probably a bad night to read all this stuff. When he returns, he is rolling a cigarette between his yellowed fingers. He gives it a final twist and examines you as he reaches for the matchbox. He is a thin man in his 50s, dressed in a stained shirt with the bus company emblem, yet his eyes are sharp in their dark socket. Where to? You show him your ticket for Ossipee? Is that a real place? Ossipee? From there, you will connect to Rochester and Portsmouth. So it has to be a real place, right? Before the coastal line to Newburyport and finally Arkham. You should be able to afford a rail ticket for at least some of the way. Otherwise, this will be the first of many long bus trips. The driver scratches the match and lights his cigarette. The end flares as he takes a draw. Then he exhales and gestures to the back of the coach. Luggage rack's up there. Okay. Look at your... Oh, I don't know which my investigator is. Was I supposed to pick an investigator? Hold on. Once you have played, you can... This is what happens. The horror story is... don't worry. Before... Wait. So am I just supposed to pick one? They didn't tell me. I guess I'll just pick the first one. Unless you guys want to help me choose. I wasn't going to make one because I figure we have a lot of... Oh, well, this one, she's Asian like me. We should pick her. I don't know what's best. This lady... Okay, here, I guess I'll read them. So we have Jessie Williams. She's a history student. We have Keiko Kane, a science student. Birthplace in San Francisco. We've got Louis Russo, an engineering student. Or Lois. Sorry, Lois. She's a girl. New York. She's from New York. Nevada Jones. He looks like Indiana Jones, so I don't think I... She's the girl with the glasses. Which girl? Oh, Keiko, because she's Asian. I like that. Or Wentworth Avebury. He looks not like me at all, so I guess we'll go with Keiko. Because I don't know anything about this stuff. And look, she's cute. She's a cutie. She's a cutie. Okay. So, anyway, back to this. So, look at your investigator sheet. Here we are. You should get a pencil, too. Look how well prepared I am. Where's my pencil? Well, I have a pink erasable pen. That'll have to work. Okay, so Keiko Kane. Look at your investigator sheet. At the top, you have spaces for 8 characteristics. Oh, wait, this is telling you how to... Oh, this is telling me how to make a character. So we're getting all into it. Man, maybe I should have looked at this ahead of time. Okay, here we go. It's teaching me how to make a character, so we'll have to come up with a name. So Jerry, you have to come up with a good one. Okay, so look at your investigator sheet. So up here, these are the characteristics. So we got strength, constitution, dex, those are normal. Power, appearance, APP, size. They're not in the same order. They should have put them in the same order. Just saying. Allocate the following values among them, writing them in the large square beside each. So this one. Unless I'm missing it somewhere. Unless there's a special page. Let's double check before I get too far. Dun, 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 dun. Because I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. So we'll just use this. Alright. Good. So we've got 40, 50, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, and 80. So I'm guessing 40 is low, 80 high. If you'd like more information about what these characteristics mean, read 7 of book 2. When you have done that, go to 8. I should just keep this box here. Book 2. Because book 2 is rules. So, page 7. Okay, so probably here. Strength is raw physical power. We know that from D&D. Constitution, measure of health. Power is a combination of force of will, spirit, and mental stability. So that's different for sure. Character name Evelyn Whitman. Wow, that's so nice. What does she look like though? Oh, this pen doesn't work. Oh, there it does. Evelyn Whitman. Appearance measures the physical appeal of your character. So am I hot? Size reflects your investigator's combined height and weight. Intelligence, yeah. Cunning and ability. Education is a measure of the knowledge that your investigator has accumulated through formal education or venerated school of hard knocks. Okay, so we have 40, 50, 50, 50, 60. Oh, so it's the same. Each of these values is a percentage number, so deciding to put 70 into your investigator's strength means they have strength 70% in above average score. Okay, so 50 would be average. Okay, and these are the regular ones, because there's regular, half, and fifth. I don't know what all that means, but here we go. So, what do we want her to, we want her to be, I think she should be smart, right? It can be intelligent, so maybe we'll put, I don't know, 80 in knowledge or in education. So 80 here. So she's more like street smart, I guess. A rough measure of your intelligence. So I think we put 70 in intelligence. We're real smart, but we should be probably real weak, right? So probably put 40 in power. Well, that's mental stability. So 40 in strength. We're probably not very dexterous, maybe just average, so we'll put 50. I'm just making this up. If you have suggestions, go ahead. And then con, yeah, we'll do a little bit above average. We can get 6 sometimes. Our size is probably average. So we've got 40, 50, 50. We got one more 50. Do we want to be good looking? I think we'll be average looking. We're not hot. Sucks. And then another 60. We'll put that into power. Because we're a nerd, you know? Nerds aren't always like super good looking, right? So there you go. We got it. When you have done that, go to 8. They just wanted to make me turn the page. Alright, so 8. Page 8. Or section 8. The driver smokes and watches as you drag your cases to the back of the motor coach. The rack is set inconveniently high on the vehicle. You get a grip on the heavier case. Oh no, if your size is 40, go to 23. If your size is higher than this, go to 38. So our size is 50. So we're fine. So we're gonna go to 38. The driver continues to enjoy his cigarette, watching with keen interest as you struggle with the cases. You grit your teeth and heave the second one into place. Perhaps the residents of Arkham will have better manners. Probably not. 233. Who decided what numbers these were supposed to go under? What did I say? 233? Like, did they like write it down on and number everything, chop it up and like mix it around? All right, the driver flicks his cigarette into the gutter and steps into the motor coach. Its engine coughs into life. You board, grateful that you will be the only passenger for the initial part of the trip at least. With mixed emotions, you watch from the window as the tired avenues of your old home slip behind you, receding into the distance. For a few minutes, you can still see the church spire over the brow of a low hill. Then the road dips, and it too is gone. Arkham is your new home. You will travel there and make a new start. You will see two smaller boxes to the right of each characteristic value. Have each number rounding down and write the result in the upper right box. Also divide each value by 5, again rounding down, and write the result in the lower right box. We will use these numbers later. If you are using the interactive PDF version, it does the math for you. Great, I'm not. In the strip below, you will see tracks that record sanity and magic points. Beginning sanity is equal to your original POW, or power, and beginning magic points are the same as the value you've just assigned for POW divided by 5. Okay, so first let's do math. So half of 40 is 20. 1/5 of 40. God, we're gonna show how good I'm not at math. You know what? 1/5, that's 8, isn't it? I'm gonna pull out a calculator though, just in case. Look, I know how I am. Half of 60 is 30. 5 into 60 is at 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. 50, so 25. 10. 35, right? Yep, 35 of 70. 15? Nope, I don't know. 70. Look, I give up fast. 14. I was close. 50, so 25 and 10, 60, 30 and 12, and 50, 25 and 10. Wow. Okay, 80, 40, and 1/5 of 80 is what? 16? Let's double check. Dun, da, da, da. Divided by 5. It was right. I just second guessed myself at math. Let's be honest. Okay, cool. And then in the strip below, you will see tracks that record sanity. Here's sanity. Starting, current, and insane. Okay. Sanity is equal to your original power, so 60. And beginning magic points are the same as the number you've assigned for POW divided by 5. So 12. So should I put 60 here too? Max sanity. It's fine. It's an erasable pink pen. Character name, Evelyn Whitman. Mid-20s, 5 foot, graceful and athletic build, adventurous, blue. Where are you getting all this information, sir? Blue eyes, pale skin, freckles from being outside. Likes dressing for comfort during her travels. I love this. Too bad I made her nerdy, so she's not very athletic. But she could spend a lot of time outside. That's fine. Long auburn hair. I love all of this. Well, okay, we should... You said mid-20s, so I'm going to go with 23. That's a good number. Is it she, her? Is there a place to write? Oh, personal description. we'll use it. Okay, so. Okay, auburn hair. Freckles. From sun. Well, abbreviate. From the sun. Multiple pockets with useful tools and trinkets. I like that. I don't know what we can put in our pockets yet, though. And a leather jacket. I like that. Oops. Should have put that on. Silent leather jacket. What else? You said blue eyes. That's pretty. I like blue eyes. Pale. Even though she's been in the sun. She don't tan. I like that. Okay, anyway. So, then go to 134. The coach putters through the courtyard. Oh, sorry. Through the countryside. I can read. At first, the interior is stifling and your stomach lurches with every bend in the road. However, the driver opens his window, and by switching seats, you find a spot where the breeze hits your face. You soon relax into the journey, observing the quaint little hamlets that the coach serves. A heavy-set woman boards one settlement and gives you a polite nod. She gets off at the next one. The road rises a little, passing cornfields and orchards. Orchards, yes, that's what I said. The leaves are turning and the trees are alive with glorious reds and golds. You have just begun to doze when the driver takes a tight bend at speed. Add size and con together, then divide the total by 10, rounding down. This is the value for your hit points. Okay. Add size and con together. So 50 plus 60 is 110 divided by 10. So 110 divided by 10, so 11. Yes. This is the starting value for your hit points. Mark it on your investigator sheet. Your current total may drop, but it is unlikely to exceed the starting value. You also have a luck score. Roll 3 6-sided die. Oh, we only have one right now. Excuse me. Pull out the dice bag. Thud. Alright. So, more D6. How about more green ones? How many did it say? 3? Do I need more than 3? Here, I pulled out a couple. Okay. We call this 3D6. Thank you. Alright, look, this one also has an eye, but it doesn't move. It's just like by itself. Looks like a dragon. Okay, let's roll these 3 because they're pretty. That's a 1 on the eyeball one. Lame. Okay, multiply your 3d6 result by 5 to get your beginning luck score. So we got 7 times 5. So 35. And mark it on your sheet. Now you must make a roll against your dex. Roll a D100. Do I not have another? I only have one D10 for my eyeball set? Excuse? Nope, here it is. I was gonna say. Roll a D100. This means, yeah. We know what it means. Okay, so I got 43. If you rolled equal to your dex or less, you pass. Equal to my dex or less. So my dex is 50. So I did less. So I pass. Okay, you may be tempted to skip such rolls and simply pretend you always pass, but Call of Cthulhu is a game of mystery and horror. Okay, yeah. The terrible disasters that can befall your character are part of the fun. If you passed, go to 261. And we pass. 261. If I had known, maybe I should have set up 261. What did I say? Yeah, 261. I should have set up some roll system so that you guys could roll too. That would have been more fun, huh? Well, look, one thing at a time. First, get the stream working. All right. A desperate yell awakens you. You feel yourself slide from the seat as the driver spins the wheel and the motor coach plunges off the road. You grab hold of the seat in front just in time to prevent a painful fall. The coach stops with a thump. Now you see what has happened. A Ford Sun tractor has stopped in the road, and your driver has had to swerve to avoid this steel obstacle. He leaps from his seat into the road, unleashing a string of curses at the farmer. You take a moment to catch your breath. Perhaps you should offer assistance, but the driver has already returned. He backs the coach up a little and threads it around the tractor, glaring at the farmer. Go to 71. I hope some cool stuff starts happening soon. You resume your journey. The driver takes the curves with more caution than before. He glances over his shoulder at you a couple of times. Sorry about before, he says. That fellow was dumber than a hog. I'm Silas. What's your name? The accident was at least as much Silas's fault as the farmer's, but it doesn't seem shrewd to antagonize the man while he is driving you through the middle of nowhere. Good idea. Okay. Make up a name for your character. We got it. Recorded on our sheet. So my name is my pen is so bad. Evelyn Whitman. You should probably be aged between 23 and 36, and I picked 23. Look at that. It's like we knew. The coach turns onto a narrow road which weaves uphill through woodland. Silas becomes chatty. Great. Going to Arkham, eh? Can't say I ever heard of the place. Went to Boston once. Didn't like it. Too much hustle and bustle. You got family there? A special someone waiting? The afternoon is wearing on. You see no harm in confiding in Silas about your new life. A job, eh? What's your line? Oh, okay. Here we go. Choose an occupation for your character from the following. Do you want to be an antiquarian? Like an antiques person. A doctor of medicine, a journalist, a private investigator, or a professor. I feel like if we're smart, we have to go with doctor, professor, or investigator. I don't know. I guess you could like be into antiques and stuff too and be pretty smart. What do you guys think? Mostly you, Jerry. What do you think? Let's see. Private investigator. Sorry, there's always a delay. So, private investigator. Let's do it. Private. I wonder how many times you can play this. If you want to do like all the different ones, or if it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Private investigator. Go to 249. Wow. Opened up right to it. You skirt around the details of the profession in your usual way, mentioning only that you have helped the police to clear up various problems in the past. Your heart pounds a little faster as you think of the post you have secured at the Blackwood Detective Agency. You've had enough investigating martial infidelity and bank clerks on the take. It sounds like the Blackwood Agency is just the opportunity you need to cut your teeth on some real villainy. Silas narrows his eyes, but he says nothing. Your credit rating skill is 20%. Credit rating? So here, these are my skills. Credit rating here, 20%. Interesting. What does that mean? Your occupation skills are art and craft, photography. Okay, photography. That makes sense. Take pictures of all the clues. Disguise. So do I put a little check? I bet I do. Okay, so disguise. Law. Makes sense. Library use. Psychology. Spot hidden. That sounds good. And either one of charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. So I feel like charm or persuade if we're an investigator. What does fast talk mean, though? Do we have that in the book? The book that's under here? Let's see. Hit points, sanity, magic points. A credit rating is an indicator of their wealth and class. Okay, but I was looking for fast talk. Fast talk, specifically limited to verbal trickery, deception, and misdirection, such as bamboozling a bouncer to let you inside a club, getting someone to sign a form they haven't read, making a policeman look the other way, and so on. This talk can be opposed by, or this skill can be opposed by fast talk or psychology. Yeah, you would know all the information ahead of time, unless you try to pick different routes every time. Yeah, that's true. Which I guess you could do, but... okay. So fast talk sounds good, though. Trickery and deception. That's how you get to the actual, story, maybe, as a private investigator. It's that or persuade... or charm. Because I feel like intimidate, we're not big and bulky, so we can't intimidate. You know? I mean, I guess there are small people who also can be intimidating, but... Charm takes many forms, including physical attraction, seduction, flattery, or simply warmth of personality. Charm may be used to compel someone to act in a certain way, but not in a manner completely contrary to that person's normal behavior. Okay, so I feel like let's do fast talk because it's different, and let's just do it. Fast talk. Where is it? Here. Okay. Now, you may also pick any other skill except Cthulhu Mythos as a personal specialty. Private investigator would do what? If we spend a lot of time outside, maybe we know a lot about the natural world. That's one. Natural world represents the traditional unscientific knowledge and personal observation of farmers, fishermen, inspired amateurs, and hobbyists. It can identify plant and animal species, habits, habitats in a general way. So maybe. Or, let's see, there's so many. I feel like that's pretty good, though. It's a random one, but it's like... What about locksmith? Open car doors, hot wire autos, Jimmy library windows, figure out Chinese puzzle boxes, penetrate ordinary alarm systems. Actually, that sounds more like a private investigator, right? May repair locks, make keys, or open locks with the aid of skeleton keys, picks. I think we're going to go with that one. Locksmith. That seems useful. So... allocate the following values among these occupation skills, writing them in the square. So 70, we got a 70%, 60, 60, 3 50s, and then 2 40s. Ignore any starting value already mentioned on the investigator sheet. So ignore those. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says... oh, our credit rating is already in for us. Okay, so we should probably be pretty good at spotting hidden things. So I'm going to say 60. Library use, I'm going to say 50. Locksmith, we should probably be pretty good at that too. I'm going to say 60. Law, well, we got to know the law to investigate people breaking the law, so I'm going to say 50 for that too. What do we want to spend 70 on though? Fast talk or psychology? Psychology, because like knowing people and then understanding what they might be lying about. I think photography we could put 40. So we have 70, a 50, and a 40 left. So 70, I don't know. Let's go with fast talk. Yes. We'll put 40 in disguise and 60 in psychology. Right? So we got 2 40s, 3 50s, 1, 2. Oh, so that one has to be 50. Oops. So psychology 50. 2 60s and 1 70. There you go. Got it. Fixed it. Okay. Then go to 128. You realize Silas hasn't made a stop since the incident with the tractor. The motor coach winds its way uphill. However, your thoughts are interrupted as the road crests a ridge and you are treated to a magnificent view of the vista below. A creek snakes through, not a crick. People in, is this system a part of the world? No, it's not. It's not like Vampire the Masquerade. It's different. It's definitely, it does feel similar because I was reading, like I looked into that to make the notebooks recently. But yeah, it is different. Who makes this? Hold on. Chaosium. This guy. These people. Whoop. Get it real close. Oh, you can't see it. Chaosium. They've been around though for a long time. Did I make it real blurry? I'm sorry if I made it real blurry. But they probably all honestly like how many different ways can you make a character sheet, you know? So it wouldn't surprise me if they all kind of share. But yeah. What was I on? A creek snakes through the valley, breaking the rich autumn palette of the tree line. In the distance, the white mountains rise into hazy cloud. There is no settlement, not even a cabin, as far as the eye can see. Birds drift through the treetops, and you can make out what might be 2 white-tailed deer lingering by the water. Perhaps you are making a mistake by moving to the city. Could you survive on your own in this lush wilderness? You have a base ability in most skills listed in the brackets after the skill name on the investigator's sheet. For instance, you have 20% in climb. Wait a second. Where's climb? 20% in climb and a base dodge equal to half your dex. Half my dex. So that's 25. Should I write that in here? Choose 4 skills which are not your occupation skills, nor Cthulhu mythos. These are your personal interest skills. Boost each of these by 20 points. At this point, you may like to calculate half and 1/5 values for each skill in the same way you did for your characteristics. Remember to round down. If you are bored of calculations, you can leave the math until it becomes necessary, or if you're using the interactive, it does it for you, blah, blah, blah. So I can pick 4 skills. Jeez. Maybe, okay, so 4 skills. I'm trying to think of, like, what would Sherlock Holmes know? Personal interest. I think natural world could be personal interest. So we add 10. Each of these, no, increase each of these by 20 points. So this is 10, so it'll be 30. That's 1. 2, definitely not accounting. Anything but accounting. But maybe into anthropology. Let's see. How about driving? We like to drive. We'll increase this to 40. Definitely don't like to fight. We probably know some first aid, though. We lived in the country, so, you know. Oh, I can add. So add 20 to that 30. It's 50, not 70. So 1, 2, 3. So one more. Listen. That sounds good. So 40. Okay. So maybe not drive. Maybe we should change it to like history, because that feels more, you know, Sherlock doesn't know how to drive. So let's do history. So 25. Okay. Onward. Now to 144. The motor coach rattles on the hills, and Silas lapses into silence. The sky darkens behind you, pink tinting the clouds as the sun descends. Finally, a welcome sight comes into view, a settlement on the crest of a hill. This doesn't look like the pictures you've seen of Ossipee. Ossipee? Ossipee. But perhaps you can persuade Silas to stop while you stretch your legs. Minutes later, a harsh stuttering from the engine interrupts your reverie. Silas frowns and rattles the gear stick. The motor coach falters in its ascent. Silas utters a curse you don't recognize and grinds his teeth, struggling at the wheel. You seem to inch up the hill until you reach the first buildings, low dwellings constructed from a rough red stone. Silas wrestles the coach into a small bay off the road. He scrambles from his seat and makes for the engine compartment. You must now choose to make a roll against Drive Auto or Psychology. If you choose Drive Auto, you need to roll equal to or less than the skill value. If you choose Psychology, you need a hard success. This is a roll equal to or less than half the skill value. The number in the upper right box. Okay, you may attempt only one skill roll. So we can try Drive Auto, where we have 20% at a regular. So I guess we could write all this down. 20, 15, 1. That's definitely not good. You either know accounting or you don't know accounting. I'm okay with this. 10, 25, 20, 10, 5, 10. Yes, Sherlock definitely has someone to drive him, especially if you watch the BBC version. And I haven't watched that in forever. Okay, so I think we should choose Psychology since we have 50% regularly. So if you choose Psychology, you need a hard success. So a hard success is a roll equal to or less than half of that skill value. So the half of it is 25. A fifth would be 10. So we need to roll our d10s and hope for 25 or less, which is still better than Drive Auto, which would have been 20 or less. So I got 88, so that's definitely a fail. If you fail your roll, go to 194. Silas opens the engine compartment. Oh, that's a typo. Silas opens the engine compartment open and sticks his head inside. The hot metal pops and sizzles. He pokes at various components, then withdraws and wipes his brow, smearing it with dark grease. I ain't sure what's wrong. Might be the oil pressure. Might be something knocked off kilter when we took that spill. Can't do much until the engine cools, neither. And with the light failing, I reckon we'll be here through the night. He wipes his hands on a rag. The shadows from your surroundings are already long, and the air is chilly. You feel stiff from the journey, and a night in the rickety coach sounds unappealing. Silas sees your dismay. This here's Emberhead, miles from any place. I only come through twice a week, but the folks here are good people. May Ledbetter keeps a spare room. She'll look after you. Up that alley, turn right, first house on the left. He scratches his cheek, looks again into the engine compartment, and spits on the ground. Meet me back here at 8 in the morning, and we'll see how's we stand. Okay, to look for... We have options. To look for May Ledbetter's house, go to 276. To ask Silas where he will spend the night, go to 251. To challenge Silas about the breakdown, go to 257. I think I would want to know where Silas is going, because why is he not going there? He says he's only been through here twice, right? That's kind of suspicious. So 251. You ask about Silas's plans. He gives the engine a sour glance before answering. I've got acquaintances here in the village. Reckon one of 'em owes me a favor. Enough for bed and breakfast in any case. He stares at his grubby hands. Probably won't stretch to a hot bath. You don't seem to have a lot of options. You fetch your cases from the back of the motor coach. The last thing you need is for all your worldly possessions to disappear into some stranger's hovel overnight. Go to 267. All right. We learned some stuff. He has friends here, even though he's only been... a couple times a week is what he said. Never mind. Okay, so you drag your cases between the sullen buildings. You feel surprisingly weary, considering you have spent all day sitting down. Silas's directions lead you to a modest dwelling with a slate roof. A nameplate reads Ledbetter, and underneath, a sign in neat copper plate reads Lodging Room. The lane around you is gloomy, but a light flickers in the window. A breeze chills your face. You're not about to begin your new life by sleeping in the street. You rap on the weather-beaten door. Go to 4. After a moment, you hear footsteps inside the house. A bolt is drawn back, and the wooden door swings open. A figure with loose curls and a rough-looking house dress peers at you. Her gaze takes in your traveling suit and your cases. Her voice has a slight Irish lilt, which we will not be imitating. Because let's not offend people. I can't do accents worth crap. Hello, should I take it as you're looking for a room for the night? You inquire as to her rates, suppressing a grimace. As far as you've seen, the village does not offer you many alternatives. Oh, you'll find them very reasonable, she says. You look tired. I'm May. Come inside and we'll talk over a cup of tea. The Ledbetter house feels cramped with a low ceiling and simple fittings, but it is well kept, and a cheerful fire crackles in the grate. The aroma of the tea is soothing, and the cup warms your fingers. Have you come to Emberbed for the festival? Asks May. So we have options. Explain what happened with Silas in the coach, or ask about the festival. I'd probably explain what happened. So 14? May shakes her head, and you glimpse a moment of deep-seated anger in her green eyes. He always drives too fast. Thinks the road is made for him and him alone. He hit a mare some years back. That was a terrible thing. You should have seen the state of the coach. You'd be surprised at the damage done. She sips her tea and gazes past you into the corner of the room. What's in the corner of the room? With living here, though, we can't afford to antagonize the man. He's about the only link we have to the world at large, and he's not a bad soul at heart. I suppose that going the same route for 15 years makes a man careless. You have to forgive him. May goes silent for a long moment. Then her eyes flick back to you. But you didn't come here to listen to me blather, and you must be hungry. I can rustle you up a bit of stew. How would that be? You ask again about her rates, and May names a price so low you accept it without hesitation. The room is small, but comfortable, and the stew dark and hearty. After dinner, you have a couple of hours before your usual bedtime. So we can talk to May some more. We can walk around outside and get our bearings, or we can turn in early for the night. I think we talk to May some more. Get a feel for who we're staying with. So that's 31. Unless you would rather do something else. There's always a delay. What's the problem? May talks about life in Emberhead. In her letters, my sister always asks if I'm not bored living in such a small place. She lives in New York. Then she writes about how frightened she is to walk home at night. I ask you. You mention your hopes for a new life in Arkham. May doesn't seem to hear you. It's a small place here, yes, but that means we have real community. Everyone's face is known. Everybody works together. Nobody is excluded, except those who choose to exclude themselves, of course. I couldn't live anywhere else now. Okay, make a charm roll. If you succeed, stuff happens. Okay, so what's our charm? Yeah, I'm always good to get more information too. Okay, make a charm roll. Oh, so only 15. So you have to get less than 15. Or 15 or less. We got 41. So we failed. So 51. As the hour wears on, you are amused to hear May transform into a sort of tired tourist guide. Of course, the views from here are spectacular on a good day. A clear view all the way around. If you're a painter, you'll be right at home. If your tastes run more to the artisan, there are workshops on Silbury Street, just at the end here, and turn right. They're not set up for visitors, you understand, but you'll see the real craftsmen at work. The genuine article. Now, if you're looking for freshly baked bread, it seems a shame to point out that you intend to be on the road again shortly. You let May continue until she begins to yawn. Would you listen to me yapping? That's a very Irish thing, I think, yapping. Time to turn in. When would you like your breakfast? Now go to 63. As May stands, you hear a clunk behind you. You look over your shoulder, but all you can see is a wooden door securely closed. Is that what she was looking at in the corner? May tuts. Tuts? Toots. Tuts? How do you say that? I don't know. The young lady of the house. She'll have been listening to us. Ruth, come and greet our guest. There's a short pause, then the door creaks open. Two wide eyes peer at you from the gap between tousled hair and a rough nightgown. What do you say? The eyes blink. Pleased to meet you. Now get back to bed. The door closes again. My daughter Ruth, 10 years this summer. She's a delight and a torment all in one. Don't worry, she sleeps in with me. She'll not disturb you. Good night now. You retire to your room. That's weird. Why is that important? I'm worried. You retire to your room. It is a little chilly, but you are too tired to worry about lighting the fire. The sheets are clean and the bed soon warms up. The silence outside is strange after living in a town for so long. But you soon drop off. So now 154. You dream of fire in the grate. At first they are tiny, although... Oh wait, what? Coruscating colors. What the heck kind of word is that? You dream of fire in the grate. Coruscating colors shimmering through the dancing tongues of flame. At first they are tiny, almost microscopic, but they grow and grow until a kaleidoscopic inferno spills from the fireplace. spreading across the floors and up the sheets. So fire just engulfed me. You wake with a start. Daylight glints through the curtains. You get up and examine the grate, blinking the sleep from your eyes. It is quite cold. If you have taken any damage, you may heal 1 hit point back for your night's sleep. I didn't take any hit points. Now go to 166. So you only get 1 hit point back if you sleep? Is that a thing? That's crazy. 166. Yeah, momentary pause. All right, so what did he say? 166. May seems to have no running water, but has supplied some in a ceramic jug. You freshen up at the waist. Wow. You freshen up. 1 hit point does sound punishing, doesn't it? At least it's not as bad as Pathfinder was. Pathfinder was pretty rough too, though. Yeah. Maybe it's just we're so used to it with 5e. We're like, we're spoiled. The bonus action healing words and everything. Okay, you freshen up at the washstand and go in. She cooks a hearty breakfast and leaves you in peace to eat. At about 7:30, you are paid, packed, and ready to go. You bid May goodbye, and she wishes you the best for your new career in Arkham. Did we tell her about our career? If you succeeded at a skill roll last night and wish to investigate the results further, go to 178. Succeeded at a skill roll last night? I don't think we succeeded at anything. Otherwise, go to 192. Yeah, I don't think we succeeded at anything. You are already tired of your heavy bags. Hopefully Silas has repaired the motor coach and you can resume your long journey. A sourpuss he might be, but the old driver seemed to understand his vehicle well enough. You pause to check your watch, still 20 minutes early, and round the final corner. The motor coach is gone. You put your bags down and search the area, trekking up and down slopes and around corners. At the edge of the village, you trace the long road back as it winds across the hills. 8 o'clock comes and goes. There is no coach to be seen. A passing villager notices your bags. Looking for the bus. I heard him take off at first light. He's due back in 3 or 4 days. If you need a place to stay, May Ledbetter rents a room. The man raises his hat to you and strolls on into the village. You curse Silas under your breath. Perhaps he went for parts, but you wonder if the old goat has stranded you here on purpose. Oh, don't trust him. Go to 218. Something fishy. What? We did fail a thing, didn't we? We failed a thing. Ooh, who's that? Is that May? 218. May is doing laundry and looks surprised to see you again. Forgot something? When you explain the situation, she offers to store your bags while you try to arrange alternative transport. You are grateful to relinquish the load. Nobody here is taking anything like a car. She strokes her chin and narrows her eyes. Maybe you could find somebody with a horse and cart for your bags. I could ask around later. Try Mr. Winters at the village hall. He'll know if anyone will. Or ask him on the artisans. Their workshops are first left on Silbury Street. She reaches over and squeezes your wrist. Don't worry, I won't see you sleeping in the street, money or no money. You thank May and turn to face the village. Go to 6. I bet he left us here. He stranded us here. Maybe he does that normally. Maybe the little girl is going to eat us. Maybe we're like... I'm worried now. Like maybe we're gonna be killed. Like we're gonna be the breakfast. You wander the streets of Emberhead without any particular destination in mind. The village is built on a relatively flat upland with splendid views. To the north, the hazy tips of the White Mountains reach for the heavens. To the south, the sparkling waters of the Lake Winnipesaukee. It's very Indian or Native American. Lake Winnipesaukee touch the horizon. Okay, so big lake. The village itself takes less than 5 minutes to cross from edge to edge. You arrive on the winding road to the west. The only other road leads leaves to the south, following a lower ridge of land as it turns east. In the southwest of the village, an open, grassy space borders a ruined church, its graveyard cresting the cliffs. To the northeast, the three main thoroughfares meet at a raised black metal structure. It looms stark against the sky. I don't know if she's gonna eat me. I'm speculating here. Like, why else would he like leave? He also said he didn't know people, and then he did know people, right? Like, I don't know. He fishy. Maybe they're all in cahoots, and they drop every once in a while. They just drop somebody off in this village, and then she cooks them up in a stew and feeds it to the little girl. I don't know. Okay, so I may now ask about transport at the local general store, seek out the village hall, walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road, examine the large metal structure, explore the church, or look for local people with their own transport needs. I think we start with the village, right? Because that's where she told us, unless, she's trying to eat us. So seek out the village hall is 84. 84. The village hall backs against a cliff at the end of Silbury Street. It's the largest building you've seen so far in Emberhead. It is, however, locked and shuttered. Ugh. You walk around it, peering through the gaps in the shutters. There seems to be one large room, presumably for community meetings, and a smaller annex that serves as an office and archive. One of the windows is bricked up. Interesting. Back at the main door, you can see no posted opening hours. Mr. Winters doesn't open on mornings this time of year, says a gray-garbed woman passing by. Best come back this afternoon. You ask whether the office has a telegraph. Don't know, she shrugs. Who would we call? You will have to try again later. Wow, that's annoying. Alright, so 25. You are beginning to get your bearings in Emberhead. Would you like to explore some more? Do not repeat a previous choice. Once you have tried 4 options, or before that, if you are ready to move on, go to 3. Alright, so I think let's go to the general store, 16. The general store is on a corner beside the main road, just before it plunges to the south. The shopkeeper is a brisk, immense lady with a starched apron and strong shoulders. She looks hard at your unfamiliar face. Transport? There's a motor coach comes through twice a week. Missed it. Truck brings in my supplies every second Tuesday, but he's not due until next week. She shrugs. It seems Emberhead is content to keep its distance from the outside world. You have enough money to buy 1 or 2 inexpensive everyday items here. Note them down on your investigator sheet. Remember, the year is 1927. The shop stocks no weapons except a dusty hunting knife, which you may purchase if you want. Do we want the hunting knife? No, we're probably fine, right? I don't like that they suggested it. We're not going to get it. We'll be fine. 25. Okay, so back here, so we've gone to the general store, we've gone to the village hall, we can walk to the lower level and check out the eastern road, we can examine the large metal structure, explore the church, or look for local people. I think all the local people are going to say the same thing. Oh, there's people that come pick you up every 2... Yeah, no knife. Yeah, I agree. But I think asking more of the people, we're just going to get the same BS. I want to explore the metal structure. So 57, because what is it? You walk up the approach, the most central of the village's major streets. It points directly at the odd metal structure. As you emerge from the shade of the nearby buildings, you are greeted by a magnificent panorama spread from the north to the southeast. The last colors of fall tint the hills in a sleepy gold. The structure, by contrast, is made from uncompromising iron, singed black. It supports an immense curved platform at the level of your head. Further struts snake up to a central point. It looks like they may have been some kind of sculpture at some time, but are now twisted and melted beyond recognition. An older gentleman passes, looking up at you with rheumy eyes. Are you here for the festival? He asks. That's the beacon. When they light it night after next, you'll be able to see it 10 miles away. He gives a little nod of satisfaction and then moves on, leaning on his walking stick. Now you notice bundles of wood tied and stacked against the buildings nearby. Perhaps this festival would be an interesting diversion, but you really must head to Arkham as soon as possible. Are we going to get burned? Are we going to be burned at the stake? Are we part of the festival? I'm nervous. Make a spot hidden roll. See? See? Okay, we're good at this. We need 60 or less. Of course, I roll like crap, so. 53! We succeed. I can go to 69. As you walk away from the iron structure, you notice something strange about the construction of the village. All the wooden dwellings are concentrated in the west and southwest. To the east and northeast, closer to the beacon, the buildings are formed from dark brick and clay. Does this mean the settlement began at the beacon and spread west? What does that mean? You may check mark the small box beside the spot hidden skill. Oh, so I shouldn't have been checking these before? It's fine. My bad. Well, what does that mean then? Oh, I've succeeded one? Is that what that means? Oh. Unless the town is full of monsters and the festival is made to eat humans. I mean, I'm not a witch. I'm a private investigator. But, I mean, maybe they're gonna cook me up. Maybe they are full of monsters. Maybe I'm like the turkey dinner. Okay, go to 25. So we're back to our thing of choices. So it said once we do 4, so we've done 1, 2, 3. Should we explore the church? Let's explore the church. 34. You cross the street towards the church. As you glance to your left, your gaze alights on the large metal structure. Something bothers you about its positioning. You back up and look again. Yes, Emberhead's central thoroughfare points directly at the structure. This seems too precise to be a coincidence. We're going to get burned at the stake. You press on and draw into the shadow of the church. The building is in a sorry state. The top of the steeple is missing, a ragged gash of splintered boards marking its absence, and the floors beneath it have collapsed. It appears to have torn through the roof of the main building as it fell. Only the back half is still intact. The white paint, which once covered the church, has yellowed and peeled. It seems safe enough to explore the rear section. Old pews are stacked against the wall, choked with mildew. Most of the windows are broken. You guess this church has been disused for about 20 years. There is little more to interest you. So these people, it's a small town. Okay, this is the 1920s. What do you have to do in the 1920s? Go to church and drink, right? That's why there's always like tattoo parlors and bars and then a church. So, and it's in the country. And if they're not going to church, who are they worshiping? That's what I want to know. Okay, anyway. Make a ride roll. You have a bonus die. Roll the 10s percentage die twice and take the lower result. Oh. Ride. I have a bonus die? So why do I have a bonus die? If you succeed. Okay, so roll the 10s one twice and take the higher one. Okay. Or no, take the lower one. Higher would be D&D. Okay, so a 0, but a 50 or a 20. We didn't take the 20. So it's 20%. So my ride is, where is it? Oh, my ride is 5. So we did not succeed. Go back to 25. Do we want to talk to anybody else? We explore the church. Yeah, I think that's fine. Go to 3, because we tried 4 of them. Your morning exertions have left you hungry. You roam the streets of Emberhead looking for sustenance. There is nothing resembling the busy cafes of your hometown, or anything that might be called a restaurant. Great! It is beginning to look like you will have to get supplies from the general store when May Ledbetter comes down the street with the girl Wow, let's try that sentence again. It is beginning to look like you have to get supplies from the general stores when May Ledbetter, I don't know why that trips me up. Ledbetter comes down the street with a girl trailing in her wake. This must be Ruth. As she notices you, she races past her mother and approaches you with a smile. This is a different Ruth from the shy creature of last night. As she reaches you, she stops and stretches her arms up in celebration. She looks up into your eyes. Abruptly, the smile drops from her face and she looks several years older. Oh, shit. Get out before the festival, she hisses. Get out! She blinks hard, then scuttles back towards her mother. May approaches, wrapping an arm around her daughter's shoulders. She smiles. How are you getting on? Have you found transport? Startled, you explain the frustrations of the situation. I tried Mr. Winters in the village hall. He's always in of an afternoon. You'll be hungry by now. Help yourself to any food in the house. The door's not locked. You glance at Ruth, where she has squirreled herself behind her mother's legs. Her eyes implore you to silence. Okay, so here's our choice. Ask Ruth about what she said, ask May about what Ruth said, or say nothing. What book is this? It's actually, it's called Cthulhu's starter book, Alone Against the Flames. That's what we're doing. So the little girl just whispered to us to get out before the festival. I'm telling you, we're gonna die. We're gonna catch on fire. They're gonna burn us. It's gonna be horrible. Okay, so ask. I don't think we ask. I think we just go, because she's like, Ruth is imploring us to silence, and I don't trust May. I think interrogate the little girl. Don't trust the mom. Okay, I'll ask the little girl then. If you ask Ruth about what she said, go to 9. Okay, here we go. Jerry, if you get us killed, it's all on you. You crouch down and ask Ruth what she meant. It's scary at the festival, Ruth says. It's bright and hot, and the flames go all over. Her face and her voice are both childlike. This abrupt shift is disturbing. You suppose all children do unfathomable things. May rolls her eyes and tousles her daughter's hair. Ruth looks at the ground. Go to 22. So, was she possessed? I'm scared. Okay. 22. You take your leave of the Ledbetters and head towards their house. The door opens easily. In the low kitchen, you make a meal from stodgy bread and leftover stew. A little window offers a view of the mountains. Hi, Flint. If you learned one thing this morning, it was that Emberhead streets hold little to occupy the visitor from out of town. But there are still about 5 hours of daylight remaining. You could take some provisions and the bare essentials from your luggage and set out in the hope of reaching another settlement before dark, or you could ask advice from this Mr. Winters. So we could prepare to just get out of town, or we could head to the village hall again in the afternoon. So I'm thinking let's head to the hall, but also now I really want to know what this festival's about, even though we've been told to leave. So go to the village hall is 11. The village hall overlooks the lower north ridge of the village. You walk along Silbury Street to find it, conscious of the oppressive black metal structure framed at the end of the road. The shutters of the hall are open and some windows left ajar. There is no knocker, but a little bell over the entrance tinkles as you push the front door. Inside, a sturdy door to your right is marked Private. To your left, an opening leads through to a bright room. You take a few steps inside. Benches line the walls, and there are 2 notice boards mounted between the windows. We can examine the notice boards or we can knock on the closed door marked private. So let's examine the boards. So that's 17. The floorboards creak beneath you as you step across the room. You feel a slight spring in your step. Perhaps this room is used as a gymnasium for the village children. I don't like that. Or maybe it's a creature. I don't know. Oh, God. So, one notice board appears to be for the adults of the community and one for the children. The former looks neglected, featuring handwritten advertisements for household items and a yellow note about telegraph pricing. There is nothing about the festival. The children's notice board has a schedule for weekly creche services. What's creche? We're about to look some stuff up. And a number of paintings obviously done by the children themselves. Most are incoherent, though colorful. As best you can tell, they depict fireworks, or perhaps the tale of Joseph from the book of Genesis. One has lost a pin and hangs upside down. It shows a giant bird attacking Emberhead, or it might simply be that the artist has not yet mastered the subtleties of scale. I don't like this. We're gonna die. Yeah. Alright, make a spot hidden roll. You got it. Glad I put some points into that. So spot hidden, we need to be less than 60%. 60 or less. 23. So, go to 30. What did we find? As the afternoon sun hits the floor, you notice something curious. The boards under the windows are nearer than the boards in the center of the room. The frames also show signs of having been replaced in the recent past. Perhaps rain leaked in and rotted the wood. You may check the mark beside the spot hidden. Oh, I already did that once. Oh. It's 9 o'clock. Spot hidden? I guess that is like... Yeah, I think it's like... Yeah. Like perception / investigation. Because there's no investigation and there's no perception. You know? And there's no... Yeah, it's all in spot hidden from what I understand. Which is interesting. Because, I mean, that's what you're looking for when you roll perception or whatever. Because, yeah. So now we're going to 37. So this room, I should be taking notes. So this room, the boards under the windows are newer than the center. Why? Why would that be? Like, why would they... The frames also show signs of having been replaced in the recent past. The window frames? Why? Perhaps rain leaked in and rotted the wood? Or did it catch on fire? And also there's birds. So is it some sort of... Are they sacrificing children? Or strangers? Probably strangers, right? They're going to sacrifice me to some bird. They're going to cook me up. I'm the turkey for the turkey. 37. Okay. The door scrapes behind you. A middle-aged, bespectacled gentleman appears in the doorway. May I help you? You explain you are visiting on May Ledbetter's recommendation. Ah, well, I'm Clyde Winters. I'm not sure I can help you, but would you care for some coffee? I'm partial to a cup in the afternoon. He gestures to the open door behind him. This seems like a worthwhile opportunity, and you are a little thirsty. Go to 43. Am I? I don't know that I trust anybody in this town. Maybe we should have kept walking. Got busted out? Why would it get busted out? So, like, something exploded from the inside? Was it the bird? Maybe it's a fiery bird. Don't die before you come back. No promises. Wait, what was the number? 43? Was that right? Oh boy. Yes, 43. You step through the door marked private. The other side of the village hall is in marked contrast to the public space. The room is compact, lined with shelves of books and file alcoves. One corner is reserved for a tiny pantry and what is presumably a water closet. You study Mr. Winters as he fills the percolator. Although thin on top, his hair is oiled and neatly swept back. Never trust a person who oils their hair. His suit is, I don't know. His suit is a sober affair and well tailored, even if the cut is a little old-fashioned. That you shouldn't trust. A lesser man working alone might have loosened his bow tie for comfort. Sure. On the desk against the opposite wall, I can read, you notice what looks like a telegraph set. So we can ask about the telegraph immediately or make small talk first. I feel like we should make small talk first. You know, that's the polite thing to do, right? And he's not going to let us use the telegraph. He wants to burn us alive or something. So 49. The pot begins to gurgle as you exchange pleasantries with Winters. Living here, it's a trade-off. Like so much in life, he looks past you at the high shelf. What's behind me? I want to know. I could wish for access to a proper library, of course, but I know myself well enough. I'm strictly a dabbler. And the cities, his face wrinkles in distaste. Too many people. Everybody rushing and shouting. We have a special place here in Emberhead, and someone must accept responsibility for keeping it so. That was my father before me, and now the duty falls to me. He lifts his chin and straightens up. This evening, as the sun sets, look out at the landscape around the village. We have peace up here, halfway to the stars. Are we not privileged? Is this not worth the hardships we must accept? He looks at you speculatively. This seems a good time to ask about the telegraph. Does it? I don't think he's going to tell us anything. 56. The telegraph? Much as we value our isolation, we do need the link sometimes. You were hoping to send a message? I must apologize. The line has been down for 2 weeks. I reported the fault, but of course, they're not so speedy when the problem lies in a rural area. I'm expecting a repair the day after next. So the day after next? Isn't that after the festival? Uh-oh. I do appreciate how frustrating this must be. The coach is due in, 3 days? But I think he's going west. Perhaps you might engage a wagon. One of the farmers might. You explain that you have asked a few of the residents already, but to no avail. I tell you what. Winters pours you a steaming cup of coffee. The dark liquid smells rich and strong. When the repair crew arrive, I'll ask them to take you back with them. How would that be? They might want $1 or $2 to grease the wheels. The day after tomorrow? That's less than ideal, but it's the first real opportunity you've had. Okay, to thank Winters and go, we can go to 180 or we can ask about his library. I think more information. We're all about the info so far, so keep it up. We're a private investigator. You make a small, flattering remark about a couple of the volumes on his shelves. Winters blushes with pleasure. Well, of course, they're not my personal collection. They belong to the village, he says, but I did select most of the recent items. This is the community's library, you see. I put up the private sign to stop people just wandering in from meetings in the other room. But this is really a public space. You scan the shelves. There is a sparse but respectable collection on mathematics and sciences, passable sections on history and arts, and a shelf of literature. He has a few lowbrow novels tucked away in a corner, with tatty copies of Bizarre Tales magazine. Quality does not always equate to popularity, I'm afraid. Winters gives you an apologetic smile. To take the time for some research in the library, go to 68. To leave while it's still light outside, go to 180. I feel like we should research. Why not? Because maybe they have something in the stacks here. Let's try it. So let's go 68. Winters is happy for you to spend the rest of the afternoon in study and offers you an upright but comfortable chair. You have enough time to pursue one line of research in depth. We can read about the history of the area. We could read about the festival. We could read something from the sciences. We could read some of the weird fiction. So the weird fiction is what everybody else is reading. Oh no, what should we do? Oh wait for the stream to catch up. Because I know there's a delay. But I kind of want to know about the festival. But I also feel like the weird fiction is interesting. The history of the area might be good or bad. What do you guys think? Read about the festival. That's what the girl, yeah, it is what the girl warned us about. All right, we'll read about the festival. 81. But the weird fiction would tell us a lot about the people. I'm just saying. Wait, 81. Let's do it. You are not surprised to find there is no published work on Emberhead's festival. Winters pokes around and finds a cased monograph handwritten on yellowing paper by Dr. Anoloski? An acquaintance of my father's, I believe, Winters says. The manuscript is somewhat difficult to read, and you make slow progress. Anowalski speculates that the festival has its origin in pagan rites brought over by Celtic settlers, which celebrate the ancient festivals of Beltane. I don't know how to say these, and I'm sorry. Samhain, Imbolc, I don't know, and Lughnasadh. Oh god. There is some discussion of the struggle between the seasons and a couple of oblique references to the alignment in Emberhead. Anowalski suggests that the meaning of the festival slowly changed around the turn of the century. The monograph terminates mid-sentence at the end of the page 28. Just as it begins to discuss the modern practices. You ask Winters if he has the remaining pages. No, I'm afraid those have been misplaced, he says. Perhaps they are still in the library somewhere, but he shrugs. I must make the time for a thorough stock take. 99. So someone's hiding this information. Someone says the weird fiction. Too late. I've already read this, but I might come back to what was the weird fiction one. I just want to know for later. 93. I'm writing that down. We'll come back and we'll read the weird fiction after. But I don't want to cheat. Okay, so go to 99. All right. The afternoon wears on. You have not quite finished your reading when Winters glances out of the window and stands up. He clears his throat. Make a credit rating roll. If you succeed... Okay, so my credit rating was high. 20-something. Yeah, see? 20. So, here we go. Not high enough. I guess I'm thinking you have to beat that, but no, you have to be less than that. So, I got a 32, so we fail. Go to 105. I'm afraid I have some errands to run before dark, so I must close the library for today. I do hope you will return tomorrow afternoon if you are so inclined. You leave the building with Winters, waiting as he locks up. You thank him for the coffee and the access to the library. He disappears off down an alley. You hope to be away from the village before tomorrow afternoon, but it's good to know that there's a place you can occupy yourself. Now go to 180. 180. Okay, as the light fades, you return to the Ledbetter house and eat a light supper. May is unusually taciturn. Ruth's eyes flick to you several times during the meal. There's an urgency there you cannot quite interpret. Afterwards, May ushers the girl into their room. You have been in Emberhead for barely one whole day, and you already feel confined by it, both geographically and socially. The evening seems to offer little, sorry. Okay, so I can do some stargazing. I can try to talk to Ruth. Or if you have a previous appointment, this is the time to follow it up. We don't have a previous appointment. Yeah. So, I think we talk to Ruth. She's making eyes at us. In time, May returns to the kitchen and busies herself clearing up. To speak to Ruth, you will need to get May to leave for a short while. You help with the dishes and try to think of some ruse. In time, an idea comes, and you ask about Silas and his friends in the village. May narrows her eyes. He knows Troy on the other side of town, she says. I'm not sure I'd call them friends, more like an old feuding couple. But he probably spent last night at Troy's place. You ask May if she could visit Troy and ask if Silas mentioned any plans to return. May looks dubious. Right now, she asks? Without looking at your investigator sheet, decide how best to influence May. By appealing to her emotions, by explaining how further delay threatens your career, or by trying to rush her into compliance. I feel like the rushing her into compliance is probably the fast talk, right? So then make a charm, persuade, or fast talk roll respectively. Yeah, and we put points in the fast talk. So let's try that, I guess. Right? Fast talk. Yeah, we did. We gonna fast talk her. Gotta get 70 or less. No, no. Oh, yeah. 60. I thought it was 90, but I'm a dummy. So 94, or 64. My God. 64. So barely made it. Fast talk. If you succeed, go to 145. 145. Well, I suppose it'll only take a few minutes. May fetches a coat and heads out into the night. You give her time to get clear, then rap on the bedroom door. Nothing comes but silence. Then feet pat across the floor and the door opens a few inches. Ruth's eyes stare through the gap, glancing from left to right. You explain her mother has left the house and ask what has been bothering her. Those eyes flick up to stare at you. It's tomorrow, she whispers, same as every year. They took my dad. They'll take you if you let them. Oh, God, I told you we were going to get burned at the stake. The conviction in her eyes is chilling. You press her. Who is she talking about? All of them. Everyone. They've been watching since you got here. You're marked. Her voice is hollow. 1 year. When I'm older, they'll take me. You hear footprints approaching from outside. Ruth's eyes flash and the bedroom door slams. You turn back to drying the dishes. May enters and removes her coat. That man is a waste of time, she hisses, and heads to the bedroom. You may check mark the small box beside the skill you use. So fast talk. We're gonna die! Guys, we're gonna die! Oh, is this Amberhead? This is the beacon? Oh, here's the Ledbetter House. Salisbury Street, Village Hall, the approach. So you walk down this street and it's perfectly... Ooh, this is like a triangle. Do you see this? It's got like an Illuminati triangle. Oh boy. So 157. The familiar surroundings of your guest room are becoming constrictive. The neat bed, small wardrobe, and dressing mirror have the feel of a prison cell about them. What are you still doing here in Emberhead? Your new life is elsewhere. You lie on the bed and stare at the small crack in the ceiling. You turn over the day's events, thinking through the little details you spotted. You are certainly weary from the elevation and the fresh air. But do you still feel safe here? So I can let myself fall asleep, or I can stay awake. And I think, me personally, yeah, it is an interesting time design. I can go back to that. It looks cool. This must be the cemetery, right? Here's the general store. We were there. We came in through the west road. So that guy left us here for dead. I would be pissed. But anyway, I don't think we could go to sleep. I personally wouldn't be able to go to sleep. So I think our girl Evelyn, she's too smart. She'd be thinking about it all night, pondering. So we're going to go to 230. I'm going to take another sip. All right. Sleep presses down on you. You blink it back and sit up, trying to think through your situation. Everything in Emberhead seems to be working to stop you leaving. Perhaps the answer is to strike out at first light, to walk as far and as fast as you can. You can always return for your possessions, and if you lose them, you have nothing so precious that it could not be replaced. Uh-oh. A tiny creak draws your attention to the other side of the room. Slowly, almost silently, the doorknob is turning! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, to grab it and wrench the door open, or do we want to pretend to be asleep? I'm gonna let you guys help me with this one. You don't feel secure. No sleep is the way to go. Maybe there are things to do at night. Well, apparently there is stuff to do at night. Should we grab the door or should we sleep? Pretend to sleep. Ew. I'm getting all the chills. I'm letting you guys decide. I know, there's only it's just a couple of us. Pretend to sleep. Alright, pretend to sleep. I like that. Anybody else? We're gonna go with that if you don't decide. 254. I think that's probably the best way to go, right? If you pretend, you might find information, but it's risky. You might get attacked. Yes. Element of surprise, though. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Alright, let's try to be asleep. 254. I'm nervous. If you guys kill me, it's your fault, right? Not mine? Alright. You slide into the bed and lie on your side, eyes closed. The hinges creak as the door opens. There's a long pause. A footfall sounds inside the room, then another. The steps are careful and feminine. You give it a moment, then open one eye a crack. May crouches with her back to you. She is fiddling with something in the fireplace. Okay, so we can confront her, or we can wait and see what happens. I feel like we should wait, right? What do you guys think? Wait and see what happens. So it's 260 or 266. I think we wait, right? Should have gotten that knife. Yeah, right? Should have gotten the knife. I'm thinking 266. We're gonna wait and see what happens. Maybe because remember the first night we were here. I don't know if everybody who's here saw this, but when we were first here, we had a weird dream about something coming out of the fireplace. So yeah, wait to see what she wants. Yeah, because that dream, it was like some sort of fiery with different colors coming and engulfed us in flames or whatever. So who knows? All right, 266. After another few moments, May glances around at you. Then you hear the soft scratch of a match being lit. She applies it to something in the grate and tiptoes from the room. Once you hear her bedroom door, you creep to the grate. A small mound of black powder, no bigger than a thimble, is burning there. It gives off heady fumes? Heady fumes? Oh god, she's trying to drug us, isn't she? We're being drugged right now. You make a hard science botany roll. Oh, I may make a hard science botany roll. Otherwise, you may extinguish the powder and sleep, or stay awake through the night, or relax and breathe the fumes out of curiosity. Not doing that. We're gonna let's try a hard science roll. So a hard one, you have to do half. So my science is probably not good though. Right? Oh, I don't have any in science botany. So I probably can't make the roll. So we don't know. So I think we extinguish the powder. Oh, and go. You may extinguish the powder and sleep, or stay awake through the night. I feel like we just stay awake through the night and go to 52. I wouldn't relax and breathe in the fumes. That seems stupid. Or we're supposed to be smart or something. 52. So that girl isn't May's daughter either. She said her dad, but she didn't say that May was her mom. Right? Mayday, Mayday. Okay. 52. You stare out the window and watch as the sun reaches the horizon, bathing this village in sickly orange. It has been a long night and you feel stiff and irritable. You rub your eyes. A few minutes later, you hear May bustling in the kitchen. Then the front door opens and closes. Make a con roll. If you fail, your skill rolls today suffer a penalty. Oh no. Roll the 10's percentage side twice and take the higher result. This does not apply to luck, sanity, or damage. So make a con roll. So I have to beat 60. Or be equal to or less than 60. Wait, stay up and not turning it off. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't say I was turning it off. But I'm guessing we did. We did extinguish it and then we turn it off. Because you'd smell it, right? I don't know. Okay. 53. So that's less than 60. So we don't take penalties. We can pull one all-nighter, guys. Okay. Now go to 64. Oops. Too far. The Ledbetter kitchen is empty, although bread and eggs have been laid out for your breakfast. There is a note from May explaining that she has taken Ruth out for a few hours. If you were involved in a fight in the village last night, excuse? We could have been in a fight in the village? And want to investigate the aftermath, go to 70. Otherwise, 78. Well, we weren't in a fight, so... Excuse me? We could have been in a fight? Okay. 78. You make a quiet circuit of the village, pausing in unobtrusive places to watch the villagers. It is a rather busy time for this time in the morning. Yawning locals stream back and forth along the roads, carrying bundles of split logs to the site of what you've heard referred to as the beacon. You see two figures already up in its superstructure arranging the wood. The festival bonfire will be most impressive. But do you intend to stay to see it? Hell no. You suspect by now that something is amiss here. While the villagers are distracted, you may do some illicit investigation. Yeah. Or you may simply leave town without looking back. Oh, but I want to investigate. I'm a private investigator. If I don't investigate, that seems out of character. But also, that little girl might die, right? Because that's what they said, that in a few years... Yeah, right? It does sound like... Why did we not buy the knife? Okay, so you may now search May Ledbetter's bedroom, go alone to the village hall, take a closer look at the artisan's courtyard, spy on the activity at the beacon, slip down to the east road, and flee for good. So I don't think we should flee for good. I feel like we should... I don't know how many of these we can do, you know? So should we search the bedroom, the village hall, the courtyard, or spy on the beacon? Oh, he's got to be on the attack. So that's how we probably could have been in a fight, right? if we whammed open the door and be like, get out. So what do we want to do? Ledbetter's bedroom, village hall, closer look at the artisan's courtyard, spy on activity at the beacon. Sorry, I know. There's going to be a delay. One day I'll have perfect internet and there'll never be a delay. Let's go with, I feel like we should check out her bedroom. The village hall, we kind of explored the library of the village hall. But why was the floor all good and then the beacon? Like spy on the people at the beacon? Yeah, because what are they setting up? Like they're getting a lot of logs. So village hall or beacon. Let's do the beacon. We'll start there. Hopefully we can do more than one of these. So 29. Okay. The northern side of the village is bustling, and you are unlikely to remain hidden there for long. You head in the direction of the church, and then move up the east side behind the houses. A drop looms on your right. One particular section of ground is quite narrow, and you have to hug the building for support. Oh no, guys, we don't have anything in like athletics. Okay, you may give this approach up and go to 120, or to proceed, compare your size to your dex. If your dex is higher than your size, go to 42. If your size is higher, you have to make a size roll. We're not good at this, guys. What did we put in our dex? Well, we're average, I guess. We're average. We could probably do this. So let's try. To proceed, compare your size to your dex. So my size is 50 and my dex is 50. If your dex is higher, so it's not higher, but my size isn't higher either. So what, is it equal to or higher? Do we know? Now we have to look up rules. Let's see. Anybody know? Let's see. Or did I do it wrong and add it wrong? Should they have been different? No, probably not. Game system, opposed skill rolls, luck, penalty, insanity. We don't know about insanity yet, or combat. Hit points, wounds, and healing. I have a feeling, okay. Quick track for half and fifths. Wow, look, they have a nice chart here for you. I don't know. Oh, here's a bigger version of their logo. Let's look it up real fast. Okay, so Call of Cthulhu. Fun fact, I can never spell Cthulhu. I know that it has like an L, like it's got an L in it and a bunch of H's and U's, but I like mess it up every time. Call of Cthulhu. What? So it says, if your size is higher, make a size roll. If your dex is higher, what happens if your size and dex are the same? What is this? Alone against the flames. Against the flames. This is why we're here together. We might just have to make a call. It doesn't say. So I feel like since they're equal, we should probably make a size roll. Yeah, if you succeed rolling equal to or lower than your size, if your dex is higher, it's not higher, but our size isn't higher either. So yeah, I think we make a size roll. So we gotta get 50 or less. So we got a 50% chance. It's fine, right? Ooh, it's not fine. I got 54. If you succeed, if you fail, go to 36. Are we about to die? We've fallen down this. You have to spell it with phlegm in your throat. Yes. I don't think anyone knows how to spell it. Let me try. Cthulhu. No. Wait, you got it right. The middle one is right. Yes, you did. C-T-H-U-L-U, right? No, you didn't get it right. There's an H missing. I'm like, no, wait. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we failed. What are we going to? 36. We're about to die. We're falling down this cliff. Uh-oh. The turf crumbles beneath your feet, and the edge of the cliff collapses. Your stomach lurches as you feel yourself drop. Make a climb roll. Alright, our climbing is not good. 20. Oh, no. We gotta get 20 or less. We might need to put these in the dice jail, guys, and get out new dice. God! 32. That was pretty close, though. We failed. We're dead. If you fail, go to 55. You fall into the abyss, and you become the next flame monster. You lunge for a handhold. Your fingers scrabble against the wall. In a second, you are dropping hard to the stony ground. Take 2d6 damage as you hit the ground. Oh no, we only have 11 hit points, man. Oh no. If this is equal to or greater than half your health, go to 67. Okay, equal to or greater than half. Ooh, 9. Ow! So we have 3 hit points. Oh my. Guys, we're gonna die. Okay, so 67 if it was greater than half your health. We lay on the ground for the next 2 hours. Okay, no. You land at an awkward angle and feel something break. Oh! You reach beneath you. Your fingertips come back wet. Black walls smear in from the edges of your vision. You have received a major wound. God, we're... as you... Sorry, kid. This has escalated quickly. Okay, so I've received a major wound. Make a con roll. If you succeed. If I fail, I'm probably dead, huh? So what happens when you get a major wound? So here's my major wound, right? I guess I'm here. I could go to unconscious, probably. Make a con roll. 35. That's less than 60, so we succeed. Go to 82. After 5 minutes, you are able to climb to your feet and stagger, leaning on the cliff for support. You emerge from behind a shack. 2 passing villagers see you and run to your assistant. Each slings one of your arms around their shoulders, and they walk you back to Emberhead Plateau. Do we trust the villagers, though? You are too badly hurt to struggle. One of the local women takes you to a house and tends to your wounds. The cool touch of wet towel is welcome. Yet, the men stand by watching, and when she's done, they step out and lock the door. You succumb to a wave of fatigue. We're dead, guys. They've got us. Oh, no. 108. The fading light from a narrow window tells you afternoon is giving way to evening. Your hands are shackled behind your back, so you cannot even lie down on the rough bed. A woman you have not... Wait, did I skip something? Nope. Okay. A woman you have not seen before... Oh, sorry. A woman you have not seen before comes in. Her face is wrinkled and her eyes dull. They do not meet yours, but she puts a cup to your lips. Okay, we have a choice. Accept the drink or reject it. What do you guys think? I think reject it. I'm going to take a sip while you guys tell me what you think. Too bad you can't say it's just a flesh wound. It's definitely not just a flesh wound. I broke something. Sorry about the heat. Accept the drink or reject the drink. I know. I gotta let you guys catch up. Sorry. It's gonna be awkward silence there for a bit. I feel like we should reject it. But even if we reject it, they're just gonna shove it down our throat. Yeah. Got some don'ts. I really do think they're just going to shove it. Well, I mean, our hands are tied behind our back. But maybe we can try not to take a lot of it. Maybe it won't affect us as much. What do you think? So 113 to reject it. Here we go. I think rejecting drinks can be dangerous in its own mark because on some systems and cultures you have to drink with the other party to establish trust. Oh. That's true. Like if you... But, I mean, how can we establish trust if my hands are tied behind my back? Right? I mean, so I'm gonna go with reject it because it's probably poisoned. Alright, you turn your face away, and when she tries again, you dash the cup from her hands using the side of your head. The clear liquid spills across the floor. The woman gives a half shrug and turns to leave the room. You shout after her, but she gives no reaction. You soon become thirsty. So we probably should have just drank it. 205, but I trust no one now. 205, we're gonna be sacrificed. 205. Okay, as the light fades outside, your little prison becomes dark. You can hear much activity around the building. Occasionally, an orange glow passes the window. The only comfortable position in the shackles seems to be to sit against the end of the bed with your arms hanging behind you. You need to concentrate and come up with a plan. There's clearly no escape from your bonds. You do not know exactly what your captors want from you, but you cannot ignore the fact that they have spent the entire day constructing a massive bonfire to burn me alive. We know this. We've suspected. Okay, 27. The door scrapes, wrenching you back into the moment. Orange light spills into the house from blazing torches held at the threshold. 2 large villagers step in and grab you. At least, you assume they are villagers. They wear heavy black cloaks, and their faces and hands are painted entirely black, save only for a red triangle centered on their left eye. So like the village. Where's that map? Freaking out, guys. We're dead. We're so dead. Is it this way? We'll never know. Where did it go? Here it is. So remember, like if you look at it, look at this. Here's the beacon where they're preparing the fire. Look at this Illuminati triangle. What is this crap? If you're tied up, I don't think you can reject it. I mean, I did with my head. But take into consideration who is giving you the drink. Yes, see. I don't know. I don't trust any of them. Anyway. Where were we? Here. They wear heavy black cloaks, and their eyes and hands are painted entirely black, save for a red triangle on their left eye. You try to drag your legs, but they reach under your arms and lift you bodily from the bed. Outside, it seems that the whole village has congregated to see you. Every single one has a blackened face with a red triangle motif. Torches sputter and spill fire. You struggle, but you can see physical resistance is hopeless. You are marched to the central street and turn to face the beacon. Are we dead? We haven't gotten any choices. 117. Here we go. We shouldn't use those dice anymore. You know what? Pause. We're putting those in dice jail. We'll pick up new ones. Look at all these suckers. Taking away our hit points. Killing us. They're going over there. So 117. The procession down the approach is slow and formal, save when you sense weakness and yank at your captors. A chill touches you when you see 3 human shapes carried ahead of you, draped in red cloth. The beacon looms larger and larger, its dreadful silhouette a black triangle pointing to the stars. Oof. A low drone begins among the cloaked figures. Unbidden, the word mourners comes to mind. Oh, okay, like they're mourning something. Smoke from their torches makes you cough. You feel heat on your face. As you reach the cleared area around the beacon, 3 dancers break from the pack. Young girls swinging balls of fire in spectacular arcs, drawing circles in the night air. One by one, they draw close to you and touch your forehead with sooty fingers. Each kisses you 3 times on the left cheek, right cheek, and then forehead. Then they whisper in your ear. The smell of kerosene fills your nostrils. Great. Make an app roll. Appearance. That's appearance roll, huh? If you succeed, stuff happens. Alright. We gotta beat a 50. Oh, we need new dice. Because we don't trust those dice. It's the triangle guy for Gravity Falls. Hi, everyone. Hi. Should call OSHA for not putting railing on that cliff. Yeah, man. Whose idea was it to go to the beacon, huh? Not my idea. Just kidding. All right, so I got 2 new dice. Because, here we go. We've used the dice channel for anybody now joining us. We'll put it over here so you can see the horrible culprits that nearly killed us. We have 3 hit points. We need to beat a 50. Or 50 or less. It's not beat 50. 50 or less. We got 47. So holy cow. All right. So if you succeed, go to 10. You got it. Going to 10. You can't see that, probably. Hold on. Through your sacrifice, the village will be reborn, says the first dancer. You pass from earth to air for all our sakes, says the second. You've weakened the chains, says the third. Don't try to escape until the flames are high enough to hide you. Oh, not you've. I've weakened the chains. Oh, I've weakened the chains, says the third. Don't try to escape until the flames are high enough to hide you. I can read. You stare at the third dancer. In that inky visage, you clearly discern the frightened features of Ruth Ledbetter. She's gonna save us. Their dance weaves off and disappears behind the buildings. So wait till the flames are high. Ooh, 18. Okay. It was Jerry's idea. Although D&D's agreed. You know? I'm just saying. Sorry, I should turn my... It's probably my family. They're like very noisy, huh? Vibrate. Oh, okay. 19. You... Nope, not 19. 18. As you arrive beneath the beacon, 10 villagers close in on you. Working with surprising coordination, they immobilize you and lift you up the blackened iron stairs to the raised platform. You cannot help but shiver at the sight of the central framework, twisted from past blazes, and what you can now clearly see to be fastening points for chain. None of the eyes meet yours as they lash you to the metal. The village sings now, something rhythmic and ancient, carved from odd syllables. A second group ascends to the beacon, carrying the 3 red-draped carrying the 3 red-draped bodies. With reverence, they arrange their burdens in a triangle around your feet. Then they withdraw, leaving you alone with the dead shin-deep in a sea of kindling. Great. Go to 33. Okay, it seems the entire village has gathered around the beacon to watch you burn. Behind the face paint, you recognize May Ledbetter. And yes, that is Silas, the coach driver, standing at her side. Of course it is. The audacity and the scale of deception staggers you. A man steps up on the dais and raises his hands with quiet authority. The frame of his spectacles obscures the red triangle on his face. So we draw here together again on this night, as we do each year, and we give thanks to the one who will preserve the village against the fire of the void. You will be taken by the ones from above in our stead. Your death will bring life to our streets and bounty to our fields. It will safeguard our children, the children you burn. It will safeguard our children and our elders alike for another year. We salute you. He bows his head. All around the beacon, bearers step forward and lift their torches to the edge of the raised platform. A ring of tiny flames flicker up around the perimeter. Cat just scared the crap out of me. Around the perimeter as they wink. The singing of the villagers drops to an unearthly rhythm. Okay. So a tiny ring of flames. So it's not high enough to hide us yet, yeah? So we have the option to throw all our remaining strength against our bonds, or wait and see what happens and go to 40. Right? We're supposed to wait until it's high enough. So it's tiny. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait, go to 40. If we die, I misinterpreted something. The flames snake across the kindling, catching and rising. Smoke rises and it becomes difficult to see the villagers. The 3 bodies surrounding you catch fire, blazing with sooty red flames. You begin to cough as the smoke enters your lungs and fight down the urge to panic. If you have learned a strange chant and wish to try it, this is the moment. Otherwise, go to 65. We did not learn any... What other options have we missed? At least they are nice, thanking and saluting you. Yeah, I'm having a good send-off, right? So otherwise go to 65. Okay, 65. Flames lick at your legs. Your eyes water. You are shrouded in smoke. It might be your imagination, but you think you can feel a slight give in the chains. You throw yourself against them, giving no thought to how they bite into your wrists. Take 1d6 damage. We only have 3 hit points. If this reduces you to 0, you collapse and are burned to death. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We might die, guys. Oh no! We're gonna use this one. It's got gold in it. No, that's like fire. We can't use that one. Here we go. Here we go. We'll use this one. It's got a snowy fox in there. It's like a cute little snow fox. So snowy, we'll think cold, don't catch on fire. Okay, we have to get less than 3. We have to do, like, we literally have, like, what, a 2, so a 2 out of 6 chance, right? So that's a 1/3, a 33% chance of not dying. Oh no. Oh no. Why did I do the math? Okay, here we go. Probably if we drank that water, we would have gained 1 hit point. If we had slept last night, maybe. No! It's a 4! We died! Oh no. We're dead. I'm gonna roll again. A 2. Oh man, but I want to see what happens. It just says, if this reduces you to 0, you collapse and are burned to death, the end. So, for the sake of, because I want to see what happens if we escape, I'm going to continue like I rolled a 2. So we have 1 hit point. But we definitely died. Just so you know, we definitely died. Evelyn is dead. Why did I do the math? Yeah. Because, yeah, it's bad. Alright, so we definitely died. But let's see what would have happened. Could we have even made the strength roll? Because our strength is, we're smart. We're not strong at all. So the strength roll has to be less, 40 or less. Ah, we got a 15. What the heck? So we would have made it. So let's see. 93. I just want to know. I just want to see what are they sacrificing me to? 93. Desperation lends you strength, and you yank at what you guess to be the weak point in the chain. It breaks. You throw the chain off, stumbling across one of the red-shrouded corpses, heading away from the watching villagers. You cough. Your hair and eyebrows smolder. Oh no, my auburn hair is now burnt. Take 1d6 hit points of fire damage. If this reduces you to 0, I could have died here too. So I only have 1 hit point. You literally, there's nothing. And no matter what, I would have died here. Man, if we didn't fall off that cliff, I'm going to keep going. So just to see. So 137. Okay. So we died not once, but we would have died twice. You leap from the conflagration on the far side of the beacon. Your heart lurches momentarily at the sight of the sheer drop beneath you, but you land a few inches short of the edge. You roll to extinguish your burning clothes. Your lungs feel singed. Everything hurts. The chant of the villagers gathers in intensity. You peer around the beacon. They don't seem to have noticed your absence amidst the billowing smoke. Most of them are staring into the sky. You crawl as rapidly as you can for cover of the nearest building, 156. With the villagers assembled at the beacon, the streets are empty, and you are able to pad away from the blaze. You must get out of town before they finish. The chanting seems to accelerate as you round the corner of the southern road. Here, parked against the side of the general store, you have your first piece of luck since reaching Emberhead, a bicycle. You learn to ride one of these in Providence. You settle into the saddle, and your burned flesh protests at the contact. You can wait to observe the going-ons at the beacon, or ride out of town immediately. Here lies Patrick Starr's nose. If you want it to be more random, next time roll the choices. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Well, we definitely burned at the stake. Do we want to see? We're already dead. Do we want to see, or do we want to run out of town? We've already died twice. So let's just see. Let's see what's happening at the beacon. 168. Because it doesn't matter. At this point, we're a ghost. 168. After a quick glance around to be sure you're unobserved, you look back along the avenue. The entire village is intent upon the beacon. Their chanting reaches a new, fevered pitch. You cannot say exactly why, but you get the impression something is wrong. The chant begins to break and the villagers sway. Then, whoom! Something incandescent thunders into the crowd in front of the beacon, leaving a fiery trail in your vision. You feel the ground sunder. Oh, no, you feel the ground shudder. Sorry. You feel the ground shudder beneath the bicycle. Foom! Another strikes nearby, scattering sparks. Now the chant falters and gives way to screams. Fire skims the buildings facing the beacon. Smoke rolls through the streets. A woman staggers towards you, wailing. Her arm is on fire. She beats it against the wall. I mean, serves you right. You burned me. Foom! Another strike out of your sight towards the village hall. It's time to go. Yes, it is. 185. So something's mad because we messed it up. It takes a moment to recapture the skill of riding a bicycle. But after the first turn to the east, there is a long downhill out of Emberhead. You hear screams and crackles above you, but concentrate on balancing and working the pedals in your weakened state. You've had too many hopes dashed in this abomination of a village. You keep your head down and ride away. 20 minutes later, with no signs of pursuit, you stop for a breather at the top of a hill. You can see Emberhead rise in the distance. The entire village appears to be ablaze. The dark column of smoke above it will be visible for many miles, but if the village is as isolated as it seems, help is unlikely to arrive on time. You watch the place burn for 5 minutes, then you mount your bicycle again and ride towards civilization and dawn. Congratulations, you survived. Nope, we didn't. Oh, so I can improve any boxes that were marked with checks, which would just have been spot hidden and fast talk, but I didn't because I died. What was the creature? I want to know. So Silas, that was crazy. So we're dead. We died at the stake. We knew it. We knew we were going to get burned. It wasn't the girl, though. The girl was a victim. That's crazy. Here, let's switch the camera. Also, here, put my dice back in the bag. But we can swap to the other camera now. Put these bad dice away. Here, you can look at my organization. Each pocket is a different one, right? So here's my D20s. I got 12s, 10s, 8s. You know, got the whole shebang in here. So beautiful. Anyway, so really you only use D10s and D6s. So, but they give you all of them, but we didn't use them. I wonder if that's just because they're trying to like truncate the rules for you, because this is just the starter one, you know, just to get you, the GM, into it. So yeah, wait, let's make this a little bigger. You can look at my beautiful face. So yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that's why I said not to trust the mom. You were right, man. You were right, but then you also made us climb a cliff and we died. No, it was fine. It was investigate the beacon, or I probably would have also tried to get back into the hall again without that guy there. I wonder what we would have found in there. I almost want to do it again, like, although I kind of know the ending, right? It would be interesting to run again. You should slightly burn those bad dice. Feel my loss. No, I could never. Dice they're too beautiful to ruin. Also, those are some pricey dice. I'm a dice connoisseur. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm putting my dice jail away. Did I show you guys this? It comes apart and you can pack it up. It's really nice because my other one I had broke. I put it in a bag and it got smashed and I was so sad. And then I was at a con and I met this guy who made, sorry, that was loud, sorry. The Alchemist Circle, and he makes these out of wood and it's so pretty. But he didn't have dice jails there and I was like, but I need the dice jail. So I ordered it online. But anyway, that was cool. The story was cool. There were actual times in it that I was like, like nervous, like, oh no, like what are we gonna do? Like, it actually gave you that creepy feel. I think that would be the hardest part as a DM for running any Cthulhu campaign, is to like make it creepy. I think that's the same for like Vampire the Masquerade, like to make it feel creepy and mysterious. That would be hard for me, but I would be down to try, I think though running a few modules and stuff would be good. So I don't know if you guys are a part of my Discord, but I was thinking about running a game for some people. I was actually trying to set it up in Foundry even. So if that's something you guys are interested in, join my Discord and I'll drop a note. I'm probably not this month. I wanted to, because it's Call of Cthulhu seems very like Halloween-esque, That's an interesting campaign of mystery. It gives me ideas for the campaign I have to write. Yes. Yeah, that was in the box set, so I'll pull it out again. So the box set has 3 books in it. So this is the starter. This is the starter set. It has a bunch of blank investigator sheets. It's got like, I think 5 investigators already filled out, and then it has 3 books. So the first book is the one we did today. Whoop. So Alone Against the Flames. This is the one that they want you to do as you're not the GM, you're the light keeper, right? Is that what they call it? Keeper of arcane lore. So not light keeper. That might be Candela Obscura. Whoops. So keeper. You're the keeper. So the keeper is supposed to run through this one to kind of learn the basics, but I think it's like a truncated version of the rules, because like we didn't do anything with fighting, though I guess we could have fought someone if we yeah, I bet we could have fought someone. And then there's different like levels of rolling and stuff too. We didn't do anything with sanity or magic points, so yeah, there's still a lot for me to learn. So book 1 is like solo adventure. Book 2 is a truncated introduction to the rules, and then book 3 is like an adventure to do with friends. So I would love to run this for somebody. I'd love to run Vampire the Masquerade as well. Yeah. Either way, but regardless, join my Discord if that's something anybody else would like to take part of, because probably in November I'll have some time after we move in. I don't know. Again, excuse the baby stuff and like just everything being a mess because, we bought a house. That was fun. That was creepy. I liked it. It had a lot of mystery in it. I get the sense. It's hard to like remember that you're not trying to beat the roll. You want to do less. But I mean, that's kind of how percentage rolls go, even in D&D. You just don't use percentile die that much in D&D. Or at least I haven't had to. I guess you use it for, like, divine intervention and stuff. But not for every roll like this. So, yeah. I'd be interested to see what the other adventure is in this. So hopefully we could run that in the next couple months. And I'd also love to make a notebook for this. Unfortunately, Call of Cthulhu people do not want you to remake their character sheet, partially because they make their own version and like remake their character sheets in different styles. So I think that's why they sell their own, so they don't want you to make any. So I did try to reach out to them to get like licensing for it, but because I'm such a small business, I don't think that'll ever happen. And so unfortunately, I think I can't do that. However, I might be able to like do something that lets you, like if I leave it blank and people fill it in, you use percentiles. Well, I think if you use like wild magic too in D&D, 2nd edition D&D has a lot of percentile rolling. So maybe that too, like, I mean, not that everything has to be based off of D&D, but being that D&D is the more popular one, it's very possible they kind of tried to use rules from other tabletop games that worked, you know, second edition being one of them, but I never played second edition, so I wouldn't know. I played third, but not for very long, and then fifth edition is what I'm most familiar with, but we're learning Pathfinder, we're learning Call of Cthulhu. If you guys have other games and starter kits that you want me to try, let me know, because I'm always down to try new ones. I got some, our dear community member Evan gave me some stuff to run Alien, the RPG, so that's gonna be fun. Also, though, has that air of mystery and like doom, so I don't know. I'm too happy of a person, so it feels like hard to like say and also my face just gives everything away. So maybe we do that and we don't have cameras, so you don't know when I'm trying not to like do this face. Because I use tables for critical fails and random encounters. I don't do random encounters like most people do. I plan everything out because it's just easier for me. But yeah, I do like the idea of using a roll table for critical fails and successes, because then also you don't have to think about it as hard as a DM. Like that's always like a good thing. Now we're just talking. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're just talking now. Because I talk too much. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I hope we can do more of this. Apologies for the awkwardness in the beginning, because streaming is Aliens. The movie is my second favorite movie. I have to re-watch the Alien movies. I used to watch them all the time this is a weird thing to watch with your mother, but I watched it all the time with my mom, especially in like high school. And so it was like one of our favorites. She has a dog named Ripley. I actually, but since college, I haven't watched them. And also I have like mom brain. I have like major brain fog. So I'm gonna have to rewatch all of it before I like run the game again, just to get that feel of, doom and, anybody could die. And I feel like if you're in the aliens world, you're just dead. Because, like, the only person who made it out was Ripley. And then in the one, she didn't make it out. And then in the other one, she's like a clone. It's all crazy. So you should definitely try the Alien RPG. It does such a good job of carrying the atmosphere. See, that's what I need, though, is something to hold my hand. Because I can't do scary. I'll see if I can share the table of critical fails on Discord. That'd be great. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I know this is like, there's never a lot of people on here, which is perfectly fine. I kind of like the small interactions better. And hopefully I get better at this streaming thing every time. Poor Jerry is my tester too. I'm like, Jerry, can you see me now? Can you hear me? But yeah, so we'll come back. We'll do another Call of Cthulhu one, hopefully with some people from the community if you're into that. And then we have Saturday. We have our Run My One Shot stream. We're gonna finish. Well, maybe not finish, but hopefully finish the Unexpected Wedding Invitation on Saturday, and then for the second Monday of every month we'll be playing Pathfinder, and then in the new year I'm going to be running my homebrew D&D campaign. I don't know what day yet. We're still figuring it out because, again, I'm moving. Then I also have to get those people together. We're actually going to play in person, and then we're going to stream us playing in person. So that involves more setup and all of that. Sorry, I'm shaking the desk, so I think my head is moving a lot. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys continue to join me for some other things, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This will go on. I'll ramble forever if we don't end it soon. So stay tuned. I'll be posting more stuff. I try to schedule them at least a week in advance, but things are crazy right now, so I know that things aren't always good. Also, these are not real glasses, if anybody was wondering. They're blue light filtering. And also they change. Look, it can take the frames off. I just got them today, so I was kind of excited. Okay. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!